Welcome back. This is racking of the grape. The apple wine is still in the fermenting process. Check on them every so often. It's better to have an airlock system. I thought that the airlock system would not fit on this. I was wrong. But you just want to, if you can put an airlock on it, then that's what you want to put on there. I currently do not have a siphon, so I'm gonna have to do this kind of a sketchy way, which is using an old metal net to catch any debris or sediment. So it's better to have an actual siphon so you don't have to worry about all that. But I'm going to rack it into another jug, which at some point I do want to do cranberry wine, but right now I'm just doing grape and apple. So but that's just to start off. I'm gonna rack it into this bottle, and then when it comes to like 1 or 2 weeks from now, when it comes to the actual bottling, I'm going to rack it again, but at that time into an actual glass bottle, because that is preferred. So now I'm going to take the time, matter of draining all this, even though if you can get your hands on a siphon, that would be a lot better. Siphoning will be a lot smarter than some metal net, and preferably if you can keep it as calm as possible. So tilt your pitcher that you're pouring it into first, have it run the sides. You want to keep your wine calm relatively, especially while it's still young. So now that you've got your wine, what you want to do is discard this. I kept the cap, so I'm going to put the cap back on it and throw it away. So now you want to take something to stir it with, stir it for a little bit. That's just to release any leftover CO2. And as you're stirring it, you'll hear fizz, and that's just the CO2 leaving. Now you'll want to stir it for a little while. Just stir. That's pretty much what you're gonna do for a while. I don't really know how much time. You just do it, I guess, until you feel like you've done it long enough. Because I'm sure you could probably do this for a long time. I'm not going to do this for a long time. I'm not going to sit here for hours. I'll probably do this for probably another 3 minutes. And then it'll be time to have it in the rack. And then from that, we'll let it sit again. So now that I've stirred it for a little while, it's time to transfer it to its next host jug. Just a little water still in here from rinsing. But it would be better to have an actual siphon for this process. But if you can just keep it calm, as calm as possible, that'd be best. Alright, so now that it's racked, it's going to be stored away for about 1 to 2 weeks, maybe a little longer, but probably about 2 weeks. The apple should be done here within the next week. I'm going to taste this young wine. You can definitely tell just by smell it's a little young. It might still be in the green, so it's probably not advised to drink it, but it kind of smells like a like Easter, you got green beans and deviled eggs sitting right next to each other. But not like it's not in a bad way. It's not like I'm smelling like the eggs, and there's like a distinct egg smell, and I'm not getting that egg smell. Like it's bad. I'm not really smelling eggs. It's more along the lines of like the aroma that you get when there's green beans and other assorted foods on Thanksgiving. Not Thanksgiving, Easter. Well, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. It's still relatively young, that's for sure. Uh, there's some sweetness to it, but I mean, you put a cup and a half of sugar into it. What do you expect? That alcohol on the back is a bit sharp. I think that's just due to the fact that it's still young, so it hasn't rounded yet. But all in all, it ain't bad. It definitely needs a little bit more time to sit, which that's what it's gonna do. I need to get this airlock situation figured out. I know from this alone, I do need to make the effort and get me glass equipment. There's no reason for me to be using plastic except for the fact that I just don't have the glass. I'm sitting here trying to figure out what I'm gonna bottle it into and let it sit for a while. I'm gonna have one that's just gonna sit for however long, and then another one that's whichever bottle gets filled up is gonna sit for however long, and the other bottle I don't think is gonna get filled. So since one bottle is gonna have little to no headspace, that's going to be stored away, and then the bottle that has the most headspace will be drunk quicker, just because the headspace will cause it to ruin quicker. So we'll figure out what bottles to put them in and go from there. But I'm going to get this airlock situation. I'm going to get the seal and the airlock figured out, and then I'm going to store it and let it sit for about 1 to 2 more weeks. Take it out. Suppose, if it clears up a little bit, it looks alright. I think it's still just, since it's still like a little young, it's gonna have that haze look to it. It might clear out after about 1 to 2 weeks, and then it'll be time for bottling. So within the 1 to 2 week period, I'll most likely be racking the apple wine and then storing it away, and then once that apple wine is racked, it'll probably be shortly after, probably not even 3 days after, I'll probably be pulling this out to bottle. So I'm gonna get the airlock figured out, store it away again, let it sit, and then I'll catch y'all on the next one, which, see, today's Tuesday. I'll catch y'all tomorrow for the Wednesday whiskey review. Till then, drink responsibly, stay hydrated. Au revoir.